Welcome to Voices with the Lady D, where every voice has power. I'm your host, Lady D Denise Gomez Green, inviting you to join me each week for real conversations, powerful stories, and uplifting perspectives that shine a light on voices from the community and the diaspora. Kick off your week with the Monday Drive from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Dive deep on Thursdays with Center Stage from 6 to 8 p.m. and ease into your weekend with Saturday morning runnings every Saturday at 10 a.m. Catch Voices with Lady D on YouTube, Caribbean Vibes Radio Network online, and YouTube, and Fit FM 96.7 in Stewart Castle, Trelawney, Jamaica, or tune in on Linkage Radio online. So lock in, turn it up, and remember, every voice has power. This is Voices with Lady D. Celebrate the heartbeat of Caribbean culture with Saturday morning runnings. Join us on Saturday at 10 a.m. on YouTube as we showcase the vibrant heritage of Jamaica and the wider Caribbean with four incredible women: Sherns, Max, Jackie, and yours truly, Lady D. From powerful stories to cultural traditions, we're bringing the flavor, rhythm, and excellence of the Caribbean straight to you. It's more than a show, it's a celebration of the roots and traditions that inspire and unite us. Subscribe to Voices with Lady D on YouTube and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn to stay connected. Every Saturday at 10 a.m. It's Saturday morning runnings. Come feel the vibes. Saturday morning runnings, where Caribbean heritage comes alive. Ready for real talk and powerful conversations? Then subscribe to Voices with Lady D on YouTube, where culture meets commentary and the diaspora speaks loud and clear. Don't just scroll, hit that subscribe button, like, comment, and tap the bell so you never miss a moment. From laughter to legacy, it's all happening here. Voices with Lady D, where every voice has power. Hey Trelawney, it's Lady D, reaching you straight from New York with love. Catch me every week on Fit FM 96.7 in Stewart Castle, Duncan's Trelawney, Jamaica. It's Voices with Lady D on Linkage Radio, streaming live on YouTube. Join me Monday for the Monday Drive from 5 to 7 p.m. and Friday for Center Stage from 5 to 7 p.m. And me just want to know who under the mango tree with an iPhone, iPad, and transistor radio, because trust me, you can't afford to miss the show. Music vibes and real talk every time. Voices with Lady D, where every voice has power. Stay locked in. Trelawney, me love no bad. Family, get ready. Saturday morning runnings is back tomorrow, Saturday, January 17 at 10 a.m. The first show for the new year. And the whole crew is stepping in with fresh energy and big laughter. Your favorites, Sharon's Jackie Max and Lady D, are kicking off the new year with a theme that every single one of us can relate to. If I knew then what I know now. We're talking lessons, laughter, growth, and all the moments that make you shake your head and say, Lord, if me did only know. It's real, it's fun, and it's the perfect way to start your Saturday. So set the reminder, grab your tea, and join us live on YouTube at Voices with Lady D. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss the vibes. Saturday morning runnings where culture meets conversation. See you then.
Well, morning. Morning, Jackie.
How they do?
Morning, Maxie.
Good morning.
Happy New Year to you guys. Ha ha. What an ups to on a beautiful Saturday. We have not seen each other for some time now. So we want to say good morning, ladies. It's so good. Last year we had quite the run. It was off. She'll be here soon. Oh. It will be off the chain this year. And, you know, it's just going to be one of those days when we are just flying, both in our personal lives, with our business, with our family, friends, everything. We're declaring that, and it's going to be great. So thank God He has brought us to the 17th day of January. So we give Him thanks. We wave hands, slap a cheek, smile, because we have muscles and they're all working. And
and the heart is pumping.
And the heart, if it was,
I'm in a soon from last year. I'm in a soon.
Real. No,
from last year, right?
Oops.
Lord, Madam Queen.
Sunshine, Papa from Jamaica.
Hello.
Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
That's a good one, Jack. That's a good one.
Hello.
It's called playing on words.
That's cool.
Good
Oh
morning.
my gosh,
Currency, welcome back.
Yes. Happy New Year and Happy New Hair.
Yes.
Yes.
And
So
I like.
yeah, the volume is just hitting us over here.
Oof.
I'm telling you, it's hitting me too.
Oof.
And listen my volume. I'm gonna catch my volume.
Yeah, man. Your volume turn up loud, Max.
Your volume
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, nice. So
hello, everyone. Good.
Yes. Andrea says you came down the runway.
Came down the runway. Yes, please.
Hello.
I was running, that's for sure. I was running.
So friends, you're back on this rock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome back, Sandy. How are you? How was your trip?
It was wonderful.
It's never less than wonderful.
We saw some of it.
Yeah, man. It was really, really, really good. That's just my cup of tea.
Yes, we know, darling.
Yes. It was great. It was great.
Going to your yard is just a thing.
Yeah, man. And I mean, you go with an open mind. I went with an open mind, meaning that in the aftermath of the hurricane and all, some conveniences, that we are used to, I figured it wouldn't be available. And I was pretty good in my neighborhood is pretty good. The only thing we didn't have was internet. We didn't have cable. As a matter of fact, I got mine on the on Thursday morning. So a lot of people, quote unquote, are inconvenienced because they don't have. Not say quote unquote, depending on what your activities are and what you need to do. If you don't have it, but when you look on the other side, there are persons who don't yet have electricity. So if at your home you have electricity and running water, you are doing quite
In a
well.
good
And
place.
yeah,
Yes.
man. And then for people of our age who grew up prior to internet, when you know you're probably never, we never have Wi-Fi. That wasn't a thing.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have it, just find ways and means to still operate and do what you need to do without having it. While some people, them just can't manage.
You know,
Right.
here I am thinking we had Wi-Fi in Penance.
Well, it's oh, you have the Wi-Fi penance right now, or back to when you was growing up.
When I was
Well, excuse them one.
Me know about the Wi-Fi. Me don't know about the Wi-Fi.
I don't know.
I know they want some Wi-Fi, but they know about the Wi-Fi. Me this is not the boom doctor. Me know one name so.
No, sir.
Oh Lord. I tell you.
We were just there saying why. That's how we were saying why. You never know about no Wi-Fi. But hey,
That was good.
How is co-producer doing?
See, co-producer, he's here, and he, even when he saw Sharns, he said, Rotty, that's a type that in the chat.
oh my gosh.
Oh Lord.
Oh my brother can't match me up, some man.
If I never feel no, say I would still be sleeping because I don't know, say Jackie turned full working girl.
Oh Lord.
That lady did call me. I was in a long line. I think somebody there in Jamaica with Sharns.
Oh
Yeah,
Lord.
tell you, I had to work hard to get the lead out, let me tell you. Because usually when I'm flying, I don't watch the movie. I usually, usually read a book or I do my puzzles or something. Or I just flat out go sleep. But yesterday, I don't know why I just feel to watch a movie, and I was scrolling and I saw Hidden Figures that I had put on my to-do. So I just end up watching it.
Mm-hmm.
So that rest I would have had during the flight, master, I never get it. I watch Hidden Figures. By the time it done, me had a half hour left for flight. So I just didn't bother.
Okay. Well,
But it was a good movie. Yeah.
Good to see you ladies, and it's no matter how long we haven't seen each other, when we come back, we just vibes like that. So that's Welcome to our audience. It's our first show for 2026, and our topic this morning, if I knew then what I know now.
May I tell you?
Then what I know now. And we invite you to share with us, drop your comments, right? 2 little things. It doesn't have to be anything too detailed, but of course, we love to hear from you and chat up with you. So let's go on over to the chat segment, and greetings to everybody. Jan was first this morning. Morning, Jan. She says good morning and happy new year to you ladies and Mr. Co-host. Okay. And Desmond, morning, good morning, stay warm. Yes, we're over here, master.
It's cold in Florida too.
Isn't that nice?
So I heard.
Yeah, but the cold doesn't bother me. But the cold is like when it gets cool and nice. I mean, so wow, it's nice. Everybody have on bubble jacket. And boots. Excuse me.
No. Listen to me. What's the temperature? What's the temperature?
Wait, let me see what it is this morning. It's showing me 71, but one night it went down to 42 or something like that.
Oh my goodness.
A few nights ago.
Imagine that.
That's a good sleep. Yesterday morning I woke up to 19. Yesterday morning it was 19. I didn't ask my Alexa
really?
Today, but yesterday morning I wake up to 19. Yes.
Well, for the south, that's serious. Yeah, that's serious.
Very serious.
We had some. You put on socks.
Yes, I had to.
Wow. Hey, we had some cool days in Jamaica as well. We were 76, 78, 82. I think the highest I had while I was there was 83 or 84.
That's beautiful.
I
With
was wrong with you,
Yeah.
man. It was perfect.
That's
And the
lovely.
funny thing, yeah, man, I went to the beach. And I was me and Ralph was the only persons on the beach. People now going to the water. Call them cool. At 78 degrees, sun out and everything. And funny, the water was, in some sections, because you can feel the tide coming in and thing. So in some sections, you felt a warmer tide. But then another section might feel a little chilly. But it was invigorating. All you have to do chuck off and just swim a lap and come back around and jump in 2 times. And you're good.
Chuck off. That's my thing.
Yeah.
You know about that.
That's not the chuck off.
You're the only place me chuck off is in my tub and in my shower.
I not chuck that. You have to do a running truck, man. You stay out there and just run and just chuck off.
Like how I used to run from up in the coffee grove and from that big rock. Man.
Yeah, man.
Man, when you have flip and
well, I don't swim, you see, so when they chuck off at me night.
Max, I thought of you a lot because the lizards in my yard, they are in abundance.
Sure.
I guess with some of the trees gone.
Yes, they don't have
because,
nowhere.
I mean, yeah. Me now go say me know individual lizards, but like on the guinea tree and the ackee tree, them you see the green ones. And then like on certain other trees, you see the brown ones, and they were all intermingled. So me figure them looking for a home.
Yes.
So me think about me just long I talk to them like, we will be all right, we will be fine.
Yes. Well, let's mix the conversation off. But before we do that, I was saying good morning to Drea. She says, good morning, 2026, success, healing, and blessings all round to all. Wonderful.
Yes.
And she says, Sharon came down the runway. And then co-producer is here. And he is blessing up everybody. But when he saw Sharon, he said, rotted. He says,
lady bouncing, man. He
said, who the new lady?
Oh, God. It's the old new lady.
Right.
So rejuvenated.
Right. So Janet says, my 3 weeks was great because I spent it well with hubby. So Assurance, Anna, you're alone. Enjoy yourself. Hello.
Yeah, man. Can meet it upon honeymoon.
Right.
No matter go keep baby shower, preparing yourself. Anything can happen.
Jesus.
Lord Jesus.
In the name of Jesus. In the name of Jesus.
Let's wait a few more weeks and we'll see if something is happening.
All right. Then.
Okay.
You just let us know.
I told nursing home word that the baby must go and born in a nursing home. Anyway,
oh God. All right, let us behave. Let us behave.
Lord. If I knew then what I know now.
So co-producer says, well, good morning, ladies. You look fresh and beautiful. Hey, Carol. Carol is from my neck of the woods in Penance. Greetings, family. Happy New Year.
No, sir.
Okay. So welcome. Jackie said welcome. Drea says, young, fresh, black, and beautiful ladies. Ain't that something now?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Thank you.
Marie.
Thank you.
Hey, Marie. Good morning and Happy New Year. Hey, Marie. Marie says, good morning, beautiful ladies and co-producer. Happy New Year. I'm looking forward to listening today. Again, I'm happy you are back. Blessings. Okay, Marie gave me a look Sunday. Because,
she's
because she,
wouldn't have no show.
you know, we were supposed to have this show, but then where she saw me, she figured why it wasn't held.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
With that, Marie.
Winter go Jamaica.
Yeah.
And for the new year, we want to draw in a few more of you guys on the show, Marie.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Mm-hmm.
Literally.
Yes. So
right.
It's now time for us to kick off. Here's my intro. If I knew then what I know now, every now and then, life gives you one of those moments where you stop, look back, and just laugh or shake your head or whisper, Father God, thank you for growth.
Mm-hmm.
Truth be told, all of us, Jamaican, Caribbean, and international family alike, have lived through some decisions, some friendships, some hairstyles, some relationships, and some money choices that make us say, if I knew then what I know now, things would have been.
Yeah.
This topic touches every generation, every island, every immigrant story, every family. It's the perfect blend of humor, honesty, and heart. The kind of conversation that makes you remember where you're coming from, appreciate where you are, and laugh at everything in between. So this morning, we're getting into the lessons that shaped us, the mistakes that taught us, the memories that still make us smile, and the wisdom we wish we had earlier. Because whether you grew up in Jamaica, the wider Caribbean, or anywhere across the world, this one is for you. We invite you to like, share, subscribe, and say, boy, I'm glad me come over here this morning. And post your memories in the chat so we can post them and say, hey, like Marie's doing. My sister from Atlanta has subscribed. She may be on. She watched Thursday. Well, ain't that something? Thanks to your sissy. And Grace says, good morning, my sister Marie in the ATL watching. Thanks for sharing. So this is her. All right. So welcome.
Okay. Good morning, sis.
Good morning.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Yes, ma'am. So we always use the term, especially when something happens and it lick way away.
Mm-hmm.
And it's either you're in regret or you say, could I kick myself? You know, because or you believe you're at a certain place in life and you did something. And then you say, at this age and stage, you know, and when we do that, we are reminded that we're humans first.
Yeah.
So we have to go through the teething pains, the lessons, right? So if we were to say this is it's real, it's practical, and everybody experience pretty much. Now, if we start with money first, because a lot of us are in the money doldrums part of the thing. Truth be told. And we go back to when we were little. So little or little, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there was the lunch money, the borrowing money.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we should have saved instead of spending on snacks and fashion.
Yeah.
That we're still doing today. As a matter of fact, it was who shared that it was someone at church was sharing that she can't go into a store and not come out with something. And because of that, she had some racked up, credit card bills, which she started, she started to, she paid on the largest one first, and then, she working her way back. So everybody
that's a nightmare, That's a nightmare right there.
Mm-hmm.
It can be considered a mental disorder too.
Where you're just
you
help yourself.
Yeah.
You remember that home shopping network, HSN?
Yes.
And it's still a thing. That got a lot of people in some deep financial woes because they present the items so nicely.
Mm-hmm.
And they're modeling it, whether it's clothes or appliances or whatever. And some people just sit there and watch it, and next thing you know, them buy the item, they don't need it, and they just keep buying and racking up. And next thing you know, them credit card balance gone out of whack.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So a lot
I
of
can
people.
relate to that.
Yeah.
When I say relate, I don't shop online like that for stuff. But I had some credit card issues in the past since I moved here to Georgia. So I had to do what you call a consolidation through a company. And thank God today I'm debt free. I paid off every single one through the program. And I don't own a credit card right now. I don't own one. I've been off and I said, no, I'd rather swipe my debit and know something like I go on my bed and sleep at night. Because let me tell you something, people, listen to the sound of my voice. I had sleepless nights when I was doing the program. Sleepless nights during the program. I cried a lot because when you have these programs, they put you on a set payment for each month.
Yes.
And you better come up with it or else you're gone, you fall right back. So you have to make the sacrifice to pay. And thank God today, 2026, I paid off every single one of the card. I got a certificate after the program was finished and I'm debt free. Thank you, Jesus, because it's nerve-wracking, ladies. It's very nerve-wracking. And I also recall if I knew then what I know now. When I lived in Jamaica and I was living in Kingston, working in Kingston, I lived from paycheck to paycheck. I never saved anything. We get paid this week, it's spent off, and when Friday come, we get paid again, it's spent off again. And that was how I lived. And I remember one day a friend of mine looked at me and said, he was working in the same company, and he said, you have a bank account? And I said, no, I never had a bank account. And he said, you need to open a bank account and put a little something in there, man. And him follow me up to, I think it was halfway through across that I opened an account at Citizens Bank, never forget. And I opened a little bit of money. And every now and then I put a little money in it. And I got married and moved to Mandeville. And I never went back to the bank. And one day I went to Kingston and I said, let me go check to see what is happening with this account. And I said, I have no account there. Whatever little money I had in there went into fees and all that. And the account was just closed, not without me even knowing. But now they say the older you get is the more you learn. And let me tell you something, I am a different Maxine when it comes to finance these days. Very different. I save money from my pay every single week now. Every week. Because I don't want to go back to where I was. No. So, experience, teacher, wisdom, and trust me, I learn. And I'm full of wisdom now financially.
Yes.
Yeah.
And some of us are still recovering. Some of us still recovering because even Max mentioned about that consolidation, but some of them also run your credit. So if your credit not even on that, they're not taking you on.
Okay, I didn't even know that because when I did mine back then, they were happy to take me on.
They just don't. And Carsey is here too. Hey, Carsey. Carsey can tell us about them stuff. Morning, Carsey. How are you? So yes, the money aspect of our lives, and that is something in terms of discipline about saving.
Yes.
We will say or every 2 weeks we're going to take out. Then something come up and we figure that we have to go take care of this. So the saving not happen. You don't happen.
Well, what I advise is that if you have a set amount, because I have a set amount that I put away weekly, and if what sometimes I miss too, depends on what's happening, as you mentioned, Lady D. But what I'd advise is if you have a set amount and you can't do the set amount, do something still, no matter how small, still put away something, because you're gonna really be happy and pat yourself on the back that you did.
Yeah, because when we think of saving, a lot of people think that it has to be at a particular amount. But it can be $5, $10, $15. It can be $2, no matter what it is. It's a saving. So that is something. And we've had Donna here. We've had Carsey here when it comes on to investments and so on. Donna, then Carsa had done a show with us too. Segments, as a matter of fact, about the market property and what you need to do. So, but money challenge for a lot of people is a hard feat.
Yeah, especially couples have to be careful too, because sometimes that's what divides them. Finances. money.
Yeah, you have to be on the same page, because if one is a spendthrift, because you have some persons who are just flat out a spendthrift, you know what I mean? And if you're gonna, I know both sides, women and men, hide and bring in bags. Cause you know, you make a promise. I'm not gonna go back. The department store is calling my name, but I'm not gonna go back. Or the shipping companies calling my name. And they hide and bring in the bag. But I used to have this guy at work. He used to ask me if me can keep bags for him in my office at the desk, under my desk. And I said, why? Him had a shopping problem and him couldn't make him wife, you know, him couldn't carry it home when he buy them.
Oh my gosh, a guy.
Yeah, but I put them down. I mean, and I said, me put them. I would just say, all right, put them. And he would just put them down. And then he would just carry them home whenever him know, you know, whatever them schedule, them not gonna get home the same time. And him, and I said, how long you plan to live that way? You know, that's not sustainable.
I have done a few stuff like that where I order stuff and that now I get upset with me for ordering stuff or shopping, but if me order stuff and it come on, it's not there, and I'm happy. Come in, want to mark me one of the box there, where you order? You know, because I'm gonna get the question. You know, but I you know, I'm a different Max, you know, when it comes to finance. I'm telling you, ladies. After what I've gone through, I've learned my lesson.
Yeah, you're the better
learned my lesson.
Nancy. Wonderful.
Yeah.
So yes, I thought we should kick off with that because, of course, with the new year now, and you have plans and so on, the plans won't materialize with just two naked hands.
Exactly. I've always been a saver from I was a child, because I grew up seeing my grandmother saving, and she run the partner and all of that. So I grew up seeing that. I had a bank account from I was in grade 2. That's when the school, the Jamaica National used to come to the school every Tuesday, and you would bring $2 and put in the account at school. And it was just a few years ago that I changed that account. It was still existing from I was in grade 2.
Wow. Awesome.
I've always been a saver, and I can sacrifice not buying something, not buying a pair of shoes. I have shoes, I have stuff, but I can sacrifice and save. I'm like that.
That's to be admired, because some persons are, as they would say, you are made of sterner stuff. Because you have some persons who it's just a weakness. It's a weakness. I can go with having, and I can go with not having. You just have to be smart in how you shop. I remember when I came here first, you know, have no clothes compatible to the weather here. Right. And I came in the fall, and you know, to start school. Well, I had to finish up school and thing. You had to just buy some basic colors that you can mix and match. You know what I mean? So that you can look fresh. You can use accessories.
But sure, that's what I do. You know, people will see me and think, "Oh, Lady D closet, really?" Madge taught me how to mix up clothes.
Yeah, and accessorize. You put a little scarf with something. Then you know, bother with the next week.
You know how much time sharing the same skirt and the same frock we go to church and people don't realize.
There you go.
Put onto it, or me turn the pants into a blouse.
Right.
We know how you do.
We know you've done that, Jack.
In high school, we had a teacher, Miss Hemans. Miss Hemans had 2 skirts. And as girls, we used to watch her. She had 2 skirts. She had a black one, she had a navy blue one. And she was not from Jamaica. I forgot where she was from. She was black, but she was not Jamaican. I'm not sure I forget now where she was from. But she had to live on her own and all that stuff. And whatever the salary was, or whatever she had, you know, whatever plans or however she did her money, that woman just kept the 2 skirts. She wore them 2 skirts for years. To the point where sometimes we would say, but she was very skilled at changing the top and doing other things. She wasn't like, but we knew because sometimes she would have get like a as girls, sometimes you get very mischievous. Sometimes some of the girls would put like chalk mark on all of the skirt. So, and if you come back and you can't kind of see the chalk mark, you say, yeah man. And the same skirt. I see one. Yeah. But she was very good at fixing up a top, and it's the same basic color. Yeah. So it's just and here coming here. I remember also when I came and I would hear a particular department store saying, 1 day sale, whatever percent off. And I was at my mother, oh my God, I have to get this. It's 1 day, it's only 1 day. I remember I said to me, said, no, next week gonna be another 1 day sale.
Exactly.
Don't worry, you don't catch this one, you catch the one next one. And she just say, you're sure. And she said, believe me. She said, wait till next week. You can't see them about a 1 day sale. So you get used to it after a while. You realize it's just it's just a ploy to get your money, just get you in the grip of just buying. And then you turn around and you can't wear but so many things at a time.
Not only that, you can only wear certain clothes in certain weather. I remember when I just came here, I was working with some Jewish family, and this is early September, late August, early September. And the Sunday morning, I'm coming down from Yonkers on the bus. I had on shorts and sandals and the back and sleeveless. And before the bus got into the Bronx, rain started fall. And when I got off the bus, a piece of cold take me. I was shivering and shaking. Yeah. The rain falling there, but open freedom to the sliding of the shoes because it's wet. It's cold because I have shorts. I may have stand up on the bus stop to wait for the next bus to take me down to Boston Road. I suffered that morning. If I knew then what I know now, I would have had a sweater. But that's
one thing my mother had taught me, she said, don't plan. I used to say, all right, I'm planning my outfits. This is for the next day, this is for Monday. She said, you can't do that. The weather fluctuates. So she said, listen to the weather forecast before you plan your wardrobe. You have to change accordingly. You may have your nice sleeveless, and because yesterday was warm, you said tomorrow, but you might have a drop in temperature and it not going to cut it.
No.
So you happen to the weather in order to know what to wear.
So here, co-producer now. If I knew then what I know now, we would have buy 6 goats, 1 bull cow, 1 sheep cow, couple chickens, and 10 of me yard.
Yes, the co-producer, I 100% agree with you. I wouldn't give up on I wouldn't give up on the chicken them if I knew then what I know now.
No.
Because we have a chicken farm, a yard.
Yeah. God bless the farmer. Farming not going nowhere. Farming is here to stay. Right now, farmers rule. Yeah, farmers rule now because food you always need. You know what I mean? And sometimes when we make decisions, because even the very term, if I knew then what I knew, not what I know now, it's a wide cross section of things that it affects. It could be your relationship, it could be a career choice. Whether you want to relocate, whether it's a friendship that if had I known I would not have, that type of thing. But you sometimes they say hindsight is 20/20, and when you don't mess up and pass and go on and look back, you say, man, if I didn't know. We wouldn't do such and such. But thank God for second chances and start overs and the lessons that we learn. We may not have gone straight towards the thing, but God was in his mercy make we end up with it anyway. Although we have to go around the bend and buck which one come round and all that. So I know we can all relate. It could be also, you probably put up somebody and you say, look here, it's only for a month or two. And I was reading an article where a couple They were probably around early 60s thereabouts, and a man knocked on their door one Saturday morning. They were having breakfast, and the man had nowhere to go, and he looked, a transient looking fellow here in the States actually, and he asked them, if they could come in and eat something, and when they finished eating, and they said, "Where you gonna go?" He had nowhere to go, and they said, "Okay, fine." He could stay the night, the day till the next day, whatever. And that man lived with them for 45 years until he died. He never left.
I have that personal story. I have that personal story when I lived in Jamaica. I went to work one morning, and there was a young lady who was on the youth service program. It wasn't called youth service then, but where you finish school and they place in a job and they pay you a little money. Because I did it years before that. But I went to work and she was at work and she was crying. And I said to her, "What's wrong?" And she started telling me. She said, "Oh, I went home." She was living with her cousin at the time in Kingston. And she had gone home for the weekend because she was from Clarendon. She went home for the weekend and came back. And when she came back, her bag was packed and put to the side of the door.
Wow.
Because they kicked her out just because they wanted her to stay to watch her kids. And because she never stay and watch the kids, she kicked her out because she went home to see her mother. So I said to her, "Okay, you can come and stay with me," not knowing. And she stayed, live with me until I got married and moved out of Kingston.
Oh, wow.
The only reason why she left because I got married and I moved out of Kingston, so she had to find her own place. But it happens.
Yeah. Some people,
and I never charged her $1 for it. I said, "You can contribute to food," because her pay wasn't much. Not that mine was a lot, but I said you can contribute to food and one of the light bill. But I didn't ask her for $1 for rent. I paid my rent on my home.
Yeah. Girl, let me tell you, that is
the Lord has been blessing you.
Yes.
Yes.
He is.
Yeah. Because you know what? People will say that to you, that don't worry about anything. Stay with me or something like that. And then in the end,
it changes.
It's not so.
Yes.
Things go so you also have to be careful and thankful that you treated her that way.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Yeah. Yeah.
And when we think about if I knew then what I know now, a lot of persons are grappling about sour relationships.
Yes.
And the lessons learned from that. Some people have stayed in relationship too long. And they in it because
and it's a waste of time when you think about it. When you're out of it and you think like myself, when I'm out of it and I think about it, I said, all those years that I spent, it was wasted time. Because it's going to turn out like that after a certain amount of years.
Yeah,
that was wasted time.
Yeah, and you know what, and that is.
Find somebody who will love me forever and me and them, build together and all of that. I could have used that time to do that.
Yeah. That is why I tell young people, particularly young.
Co-producer, would you like to say what you? And please don't find a hootie pick.
Say what?
Jackie, and please don't find a hootie pick.
Yes.
Oh God. No. Well, I cannot think so. I stay by myself. So long.
Yeah, but that is why I tell young ladies in particular when I'm talking to them, like if they, if they're not if they've not what people do these days. Back in my days are courting. Because if somebody come to you and them have any intention of courting, but them people, them just say we have a situationship and all them foolishness there. And next thing you know,
and goes south.
And you waste all those years and your body was bodying and things was going on and you waste your good looks and your time. Sit down there, wait for somebody if you say, well, okay. That is why I may not be the most romantic person, but when guys propose to young ladies, or young men then propose to young ladies, One of my nieces just got engaged, and it was a beautiful proposal. I'm going to share it with you, ladies, in the chat. And I appreciated the whole thing about that. But when a young lady is proposed to, and she's just over the moon crying and oh, and I'm like, wait, are you one for glad? I'm not for glad for you though. Make I just you wanna glad and overjoyed, so same pop the question. Because if you want me hanging, I ain't popping no question. See you later. How what am I doing with you? You have some people sit down there with one question for pop, and I wonder should they do the popping and all that. And I'm like, why should you be over the we should be once you see me, you think so well, then I am the cat's pajamas. Or me and you have something in common. My thing is, you're not gonna happen overnight, but work towards life then, no?
Yes.
It would be all of a sudden you're gonna tell me, oh, yes, you will tell me you're the moon and you're the milk in my coffee and all that. I can go with all that. But why you the woman just appear, just a cry and a go on the most real, oh, he chose me. They warm to you. You're not coming valuable as well? Is it me?
Yes, it's on both sides, yes.
Sometimes you have some women sit there and waste themselves, Back in the day, we never had the term red flags. I'm sure it existed, but we never put it towards anything. But you sit there in a situationship and whatever. That's not going anywhere. I saw recently where a couple, their children who are now adults, had to force them to get married. Them say, Mama, you and Papa can't big boyfriend and girlfriend. The children are over 40.
Lord. Yes.
And one of them.
A question, you have people who will also say that if they knew then, what they know now, they wouldn't have gotten married. They would have just stayed unmarried.
Yeah, but that's the other side of the coin. We can't look at it in another aspect. I'm just saying. That's the other coin, the other side of the coin, we can flip it.
Because bearing in mind, that's just the one person you had that experience with.
Right.
Right.
Hey, you meet somebody else that wouldn't be maybe necessarily the same situation.
Right. Yeah, and that comes also to taking advice. Many of us have been given advice that we didn't take.
Yes.
We couldn't see the forest for the trees. And when they say, okay, I would suggest, and sometimes it's coming from somebody that we respect, somebody whose opinion we value. And because it's not lined up, or it's not what you want to hear.
Yes.
My husband have a way if he said, go on and listen to me, I go back up in a stone wall. We don't listen. I go back up in a stone wall around the sun.
And he's right.
Yeah, so sometimes it's not taking advice. Sometimes that's why even in school and you have advisors, you may not know what career path you want to go in. But because I remember one teacher had, she literally spoke in my daughter's life. My daughter was no more than, I would say, 9 or 10. And my daughter always, to this day, I can pull out the paper she wrote about what she want to be. And she said she want to be a model or a teacher, one or the other. But she was in this woman's class and she said, she said, I see you have the makings, you have what it takes to be a teacher. And my daughter was in an after school program that she ran. And she said to me, she sat us both down one evening. I went to pick her up and she said she has what it takes to be a math teacher. She said, she said, if you become a teacher, she said, there's a lot of things you can be. And mind you, this is from she was about 9, 10, She said, if you're going to be any teacher at all, if you follow, she said, I think that's what your career path should be. But she said, if you go that route, if you take my advice and go that route, she said, don't just be any teacher, teach math. Because math teachers she said math teachers are always in demand. You get a higher salary, and she was listing everything. And my daughter took it to heart, and she's a math teacher. You know what I mean?
Awesome.
Yeah. And I can't tell you how much demand is on her. She will even leave a school and in another school, and they still call her to teach. and to do offline stuff because of the fact that math teachers are almost a rarity.
Yeah,
that is true.
Particularly, not because she's my child, particular one of her caliber, and me not, she not get it from me, that her straight her father, she get all that from.
Wonderful.
She can't just decipher stuff, quick figures, bang, bang, you know what I mean? So sometimes it's career advice that we also didn't take at the time.
Yes,
you
and
know?
it's important too, because when we start beating up ourselves, it's because we didn't know the importance of self-love. We didn't know boundaries.
Yes.
We didn't know about
absolutely
not settling.
yes.
Because if you go to somebody and say, hey, I'm dating this person and here are the things that I am observing.
Mm-hmm.
Some people are not objective. So they may want to encourage you to either overlook or see how you can manage or work with it.
Yeah, on account of the fact that this person belonged to a particular family.
Yeah.
And the family may have been known to be above board.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
and
too.
You know what? I want to mention something here because it affects all of us here as ladies and ladies listening to the sound of my voice, because relationship, money, and all these things. But think about heels. I have it here in my notes. I wrote down heels. When we were young, we wore heels. I remember walking from my job to Crossroad in heels constantly every day. I wear the shoes that bun me. Me still a walking like heels, you know. Me I talk about 3-inch heel and 2-inch heels. And now but if I knew then what I know now, I would never have walked in those heels in those long distances to bus stop. Because that's why when I drive car, we have to take bus, but we have to look nice and I was stuck in heels.
Yeah,
and it comes to aunts now as seniors and as older women, it comes to aunts now, because now you have bunion and you have arthritis, all kind of stuff wrong with your foot.
But guess what?
Now when we go to events now, we take a flat with us.
Yes.
In our bag, and we wear our heels. But then we weren't thinking flat. We just think so we have to look hot and look nice. So we got in our heels.
We used to walk to the bus with heels. And as Jackie said, you wear the shoes till it start fall because the tip gone.
Yes.
And
the tip gone.
Yeah, the tip gone. But it's interesting for some of us, because my feet, I think I have nice feet. But for the walking that we used to do, walk to the bus stop. When you take the bus, if you're not getting a seat, because seat was a rarity. If
that's another thing, you have to stand up.
Right, so you have to stand up. And then when you get off, you have to walk to the job. Then you walk all day. Then you go back a bus stop to go home and you repeat the cycle. I don't know how some people foot not look really
but funny.
But you know what? As a lover of heels, because I aspired to wear heels very early in my life.
I love heels,
because I used to see my mother wear her heels and stuff, and I was like, that is me right there. You know, I remember I started wearing my mother cast off shoes them from it was about 10, 12. You know what I mean? Because I wanted to wear heels so bad. So I think that some things are to be done in your youth.
Yeah.
You know, given our age and stage, no. Because me still are going with a 3-inch. Me not fool. Me still are going with my 3-inch. No. But you know what I do? Depending on if I'm going somewhere where I'm going to be sitting, I will go on my 3-inch. If me know say me have to go do a certain amount, I like already the MC and host, and she's walking back and forth on stage and so we have to go down to a kitten heel, you know.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Go down to a little kitten heel where you know say it's still stylish, but it's about a 2-inch or 2.5. Because you have to let good sense prevail.
Or a wedge
or
something, wedge with a wedge.
Yes,
I used to model. I modeled for 16 years. I was modeling. And what happened with me, I had a bag of shoes separate that I'd use for modeling, because if you're using any modeling shoes that you're using, it's never going to be steady.
No.
So you can't wear it out. Because if you put that shoes down right here, it's gonna fall over.
So why they make it like that?
From that experience, because of the turning. Because you turn, and especially one is going to be more unsteady than the other. Because when you turn, the weight of your turn is going to be mostly on one heel, depending on. Right. So those shoes are never going to be steady shoes. You can't wear them out because they might have a lean. They might look like you're standing up lean and all that. So it's never advised when we were doing modeling for you to wear those shoes out. And we might have done it because we could manage to straighten them out. We stand up and we know how to stand up so it doesn't look anyway. But I used to have a bag that I would just grab and go, and I use them only on fashion shows when I used to do fashion shows.
Well, anywhere I go now for any event, no matter how posh the event is, my little bag I go with my flats. So what I do now, I buy nice flats, like dressy looking, because the heels are not agree anymore.
What I do, you know, I don't own a lot of flats. I don't. But what I do, like for you, Max, what I do is they have specific kind of flats that they fold. They're made to slip on when you take the wheels off. And then for us to carry them, like you carry that little evening bag, you know, they can't fit much. So you can fold them and you put them in your evening bag. Or in your husband jacket pocket, whichever comes easier.
Even though I was in my bag instead.
But you just have to make common sense prevail. Something you can't do when you're younger. You can, you know, no, it's not the time. Like sometimes I see women wearing fashion.
I do have photos on the catwalk.
So while you're finding that, Jackie, so to our audience, if you're just joining us, our topic is If I Knew Then What I Know Now. And we would like you to post if you knew then what you know now here. So we can, you know, elaborate some specifics.
We can all benefit from it.
There you go.
Yeah.
But
another point, and
one
another subtopic to the topic is
hold on. Okay. Hold on. Let's go 1 minute. So Eval says, how does infatuation and ignorance contribute to not knowing what you should have known before you make a decision? So we can think about that. Also, Andrea says, do you remember McLeod and her heels?
Who's that?
Andrea, that's for me. I'm trying to recall. Yes, a photo on the catwalk. Okay. Yeah, Jackie having conversation right here.
if I find something, I'll share.
Lord, it's too much.
It's a lot.
The topic is wide.
Yes.
Yeah, because like I said, it can cover a lot of different areas in your life. Just in life in general, that we can all relate to, because we have all been there in some way, shape, or form.
And speaking of that, you know, we talk about so we talk about money, we talk about, you know, shoes, relationship. But when you think also about family and parenting, now the things we wish we listened to when our parents warned us, or understanding now why our parents were strict, especially about friends and curfews, or the realization that childhood was the easiest time of life, or parenting today versus parenting back in the day. I think we did a show like that already.
Yes, we did.
But it is true, because I just saw yesterday, I think it was Eval who posted it in one of our family groups, where a young lady was saying, hey, you know, we as young people may think we know it all, but we really should listen to our parents because they have lived and have had. When they say, you know, be careful or don't go a particular place or so on. And we know not many people kind of elaborate. Growing up, them just tell you, if you ever do so and so, they may not explain to you why.
Why, yes.
They usually don't.
They usually don't. So you may go in search of the why and find yourself in problems. But hard years have really knocked a lot of us. And so if we look back now and say, well, why when mama did say so and so, or auntie or cousin, or
wow.
What
Oh, that.
So Jackie,
nice.
You should post
that waistline.
Send it in the WhatsApp and give me. Drop it in the WhatsApp.
Oh, I wish give me the cloud height there.
Wow.
This is just
beautiful.
A few.
Yeah. So, thank you, Jax. So, this topic really, and it has caused a lot of people to get stuck because they've not given themselves grace. They have not, blah, blah.
My.
Wow. Tell me about it.
look at the muscle tone.
That's how I had a 6-pack and couldn't appreciate it. So if I knew then what I know now, girl.
Listen.
When I had that 6-pack, I felt like I said, "Oh my gosh, we look like a man with these things, these muscles in my belly."
Right.
You don't know they call them guns, Guns. Listen, everybody wants guns.
Listen, all these years I try to get back those guns and can't get them back.
Let me tell you.
I'm glad you showed those photos, Jackie, because believe it or not, that's one of my subtopics here. I wrote down diet or eating habit, because when you're young, you put every and anything in your mouth and you don't think about waistline for the most part, or worry about being fat because you're young and you're active. So you don't hold, you're not holding fat to your body. Back then, I used to be telling me, "Is an ice cream lover," and I would just eat ice cream, eat everything, anything. No, I can't. No, I have to watch and weigh and measure because.
Let me tell you, nobody ate burgers and milkshake more than this girl I saw. You understand? I was 110 pounds for many years. No matter what I did, I was
a bikini like this.
Hello. That's a calendar right there. That's a pin up,
Yes, please.
No wrong, put Jackie.
Wow.
And this is one of my best friends from Montego Bay who did this photo shoot for me, Michael Chen. Chen.
I know. Yes, I know of Michael Chen.
His
work is outstanding. Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Michael Chen's work is outstanding.
One of my best friends.
Oh,
in Montego Bay.
You know, never mind. Me talk to you about that off the air. Yeah. But So when we, I mean, it's funny. We were at a particular beach on Thursday, and I was taking some pictures. I wrote the year in the sand because, like me said, me and my husband was the only person on the beach. So I wrote 2026 in the sand, and I started posing and taking pics and things. And then we remember oh my goodness, I was a teenager. I may have been 18, I think, at the time, or 17. And we were at the same beach. And I took some pics, same place that I still have. I said, "Mom, me never have no belly. Me never have a sucky in my gut." I'm taking picture now. I say, "Oh, Lord, me sucky in my gut." And then you take it, let me breathe first. Back in them days, you just pause.
Pause, right? You feel the way. Listen to me.
Yeah, and then you have the nerve. You have the nerve to want to gain a little. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Me used to want to gain a little. I remember they had the only place Burger King was in Ochi. And me and Rob used to drive. We used to drive from Mobile, go Ochi, if you go Burger King.
Oh my gosh, really?
Yes. Like, would I make it
like what I know now? I would have walked across the Burger King a little bit more often. Probably me and you then become friends for a long time.
Look how long it takes to come meet up and thing. You see what I say? We used to just go Ochi and get them things there. Oh my God. But anyway,
Richard says, so pause a moment. Let's hop on over to our guests. Richard says, "Hey, Richard, if I knew then what I know now, I would find a way to make it right."
That says a lot.
Yes.
That's the line from a song.
Oh, wow. Yes. Yeah.
Janet says, remember, everyone, please remember to touch the like button. Thank you, Jan.
Yeah.
Yes. Let's see what else we have here. He says, if me did know how we come last, if me did know, me not sure to interpret that one.
Well, how do we advise Richard to fix so that he knows what he should have known? How do we go from there?
So, co-producer is here. Would you like to post that, sir, so we can, please? You want to do it from your laptop? to the right of me. But
who works across the street? Eval?
No. Yeah.
From Burger King.
He worked across from Burger King in Ocherius.
Look
at that.
Yeah.
Where? I worked at the tourist board, which was across the street.
Oh,
He was at where, please?
Street, Victoria,
he was at VM. What street?
Newland Street.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's right. Even closer to Burger King than. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Look at that.
But Eva, she wouldn't recognize you now, car probably them time you was sporting an afro.
That's why I did have air.
Right.
Yeah. It's just a wide circle, man.
Yes.
Okay. There's one thing another thing that I have on my notes that I want to point out.
Wow.
This song, Sammy plant peace a corn down a gully. Is it peace a corn or peas and corn? If I knew then what I know now.
I think a peas and corn.
But from where we are singing, I said Sammy plant peace a corn.
I know
a piece of corn. And a piece of corn.
No, sir.
It's supposed to be peas and corn.
Yeah.
But we sing it and we say,
then again, you have people who, if you plant a plot of corn, them say you plant a piece of corn. Like I think it would have mean it's a field of corn, but you just say a film key and piece. Growing up, I would hear people say I film key and piece over my father key and piece. I feel we yam peace. I feel we corn peace. So maybe, it could be either way, you're not wrong. If you say peas and corn, you're not wrong. You say piece of corn, you're not wrong. Because I grew up in the farming community where people that say, I feel me peace over there, so I feel your peace over there, so I feel me peace, I can't peace, so it could be either one.
I grew up with that too.
Yeah, it could be
but recently as an adult, I learned that it's that here. So people say, "Oh, it's not peas and corn; it's peas and corn." So, I figured bring it up.
They also still say peas a corn. So I don't know.
Yeah.
And speaking of piece of corn, went to KFC and I asked for corn, and the girl say, what kind of corn you want? Me say, no corn, that's all what kind of corn you can have. So she say, you want the full or you want piece? Me say, no, send just piece? She say, yes.
Okay.
So if you not afford the whole corn, you buy a piece, you can't tell them pick your piece. But if you just say corn, then we just want you the whole corn, which is a different cost.
Corn.
Okay. So it's one of those.
So as we are here now and we're talking about if I knew then, is anybody, I don't know, I can throw it out there because for health issues, some people, because they didn't take enough rest, they don't drink water. They don't take care of their mental health. They were just doing a lot of things, and people may have said you need to slow down and things like that. You're battling certain things. People like those tend to be beating themselves because either they smoked too much, drink too much, party too much, didn't get no rest. A lot of things.
One of my girlfriends from way back, she told me one day, if she knew then what she knows now, she would have done like me. Because we used to go out. Sometimes we finish a show or something like that. Wherever we go and do the show, we're entitled to a drink.
Okay.
You know, at the bar. So we can order anything that we want. But she would say to me, look what I said, I order water.
That's right.
But I order a drink. But one of the first things I ask for is water. We always ask for water because we always drink water. And I showed her what water could do for her. And she was entering a pageant. And she had, you know, like uneven skin tone, and she had like some like craters. I call them craters, some deep holes.
I've seen people with craters in them face. I'm a wonder where them
every night before you go to your bed, drink off this bottle of water. It wasn't this, but something like I said, just drink the water. Just drink the water, but the last thing before you go to your bed. And the first thing that when you wake up, drink the water. And by the end of the week, her face was looking completely different.
Completely different.
Yeah.
Water is very, very important. Yeah.
And of course, I think that was if I knew then what I know now moment.
Yeah. But at least
drinking some coffee or something for some tea is not the same.
No. Definitely not.
It's not the same.
Another if I knew then what I know now is has to do with relationship, like family relationship, not you know, not outside the relationship. Sometimes a simple apology would have saved someone a lifetime of hurt and healing and having to heal. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And sometimes the person who was wrong and strong realized they were that, but them still decide to not apologize. And so in some families it causes rifts.
Yes.
It causes a big rift.
Yes.
Yeah. You may and sometimes it does not get resolved until the second and third generation.
Yes.
I know a family right now that one sister said something about another sister that was entirely not true, and it stigmatized that other sister her entire life. And then they both had children. They both have children. Everybody's alive. They both have children who are now adults and things. And so it's now their children are having children and are asking questions about certain choices that had been made way back. And it's just now it's coming to light that their mother, in essence, had lied on her sister to her daughters. And then those children had now passed it on because they thought it was true. And so they ostracized. So now you have two sisters with two sets of children who should have been close. But because they were ostracized, but thankfully now they're in a pattern of healing because now the truth has come to light. Yes. And now they can move on. But it has been years and years because it just kept going around like that. So sometimes a person would have just speak the truth, and sometimes it's just an apology they need to make.
Yes.
And some people are just stubborn and don't want to make the apology. And it does not have to be the children. Sometimes the parents need to apologize.
That is true.
They need to apologize for choices they made that are affecting your life in a negative way. And it just left to fester, and you harbor all kind of ill will for many years, and it's not good. You talk about generational curses and all them things. Sometimes some things are falling on people, and you wonder why this family are battles or why this is happening. It's from way back.
Way back, yes.
It's from way back.
And it just takes a simple
yes
approach.
Yes.
Sometimes if they are
simple approach, but sometimes
if they are prideful,
hard-headed,
they will refuse to do it, and it stays there and linger. And you and I know that by the time it gets to the third generation or so, it is lost in interpretation, in translation, right?
They can't even explain it anymore.
It's gonna take a lot of unraveling. Even if you know what I mean, it's gonna take a lot of unraveling, and that affects a wide cross section of persons. And ultimately that sometimes shape your life, it shape the choices you make. And so, you know, it's only when you're way far into it, you say, oh, if I had known.
Yes.
That's how it really went.
I'm having if I had known right now, that's really bugging me. And this week I was asked a question by my new doctor, and you know, I felt it to the core when the question was posed. And I've said this before on this show that I don't know, I never met my father. Never asked any question of my mother, never asked any question of any adult in my family. Never have ever. And right now I only have one living aunt that I probably could ask. She's my only living aunt, and she's the only person who probably could be able to tell me anything regarding my father. And when I look back, I said, if I knew then what I know now, because one of the things is when I was a child growing up, I wouldn't dare approach my mother and my parents, my grandmother, because they were my parents, to ask that question. I never saw it fit. I saw it as rude, even though I wanted to, and I didn't, and now it's too late. But this week I started with a new doctor because I have a new insurance. And you know, they have to go through the documentation of issues that you probably with your family, if they had high blood pressure, blah, blah, blah. So they asked about my mother. I said, yes, she died of a stroke. And the doctor looked at me and said, what about your father? And I had to say, well, I don't know. I've never met a dad. And when I left that doctor's office, you know, it swinged my mind for the rest of the afternoon. That I still never saw or met my father or know of anything about him. And I can't, again, because my mother is already deceased, so I can't go back to say, Mom, you know, what was who is this man? So you know, it really and truly, when situations like these are right, we should really deal with it right away, because if we don't, when it's passed on God, it comes to haunt us, like it's haunting me now. It's not my fault, but then I can't.
I think you should ask your aunt, though, Max. I think you should ask your aunt. I think it will do you a world of good. If she said, well, she don't know, well, she's your last straw. She's the last one.
Right.
If she said, well, I don't know, it was just whatever. I have known other persons to be in the same position, and it had to be the siblings of the person's mother who said, yeah, man, she had a boyfriend who used to sell insurance, and him passed through every other month and thing, and him and he did marry, so they never want talk, and you have some sister around the so, and not tell them, me tell you, but because it's good it's for your psyche. It can give you, I think you should ask your aunt.
Yeah, because her and I have a good relationship, and she's somebody I can talk to.
Eval say he thinks you should open a Mother Sheridan shop.
No, sir. Oh my God. All right, that will be part of my retirement package. I will put out a table at the sidewalk.
Yes, and put up a sign at your gate.
Put up a sign at the gate. I say, hear he. Yeah, man. But you know, I think you should do that just to put things to rest. You know, but a lot of things fester. And we don't think we don't know sometimes, and not sometimes, most time, we don't know we are carrying it around as a weight. It's subconscious.
Yes.
You know, it's in our subconscious, and we bury it. We think we bury it.
Yes.
And we say, no, man, we can't go on and
we think we can handle it, and we can't handle
but it's a weight. Yeah, it's a weight. So family secrets, man, I'm telling you. Family secrets, some of them deep and very dark, and it's nothing that you have done. You have come into the situation. You are inheriting whatever it is, you know. And sometimes they would want to make it look like it's your fault or whatever. You had nothing to do with it.
One other thing, if I may interject, thank God for DNA. Because if
Yes.
then what we know that because DNA is revealing so many things. Because I know someone who the person she thought was her father, she realized wasn't.
Yeah.
And DNA that it was. I think it was a transplant issue. I don't remember some blood transfusion, something. But that's when she realized that her father wasn't her father. And
what did her father was that person aware that she was not his child as well? Because sometimes everybody's in the dark,
The person, no.
Listen, Lady D, we're going to have a show called Village Secrets. Write it down before me forget. Village Secrets. You know what I have come. What I don't know about the one who grew up.
The village ram revealed.
And there's always a village ram, There is always a village ram. Let me tell you, we need some of the things that some of our parents and grandparents also did, the things they were involved in. Let me tell you, sometimes when you have to pray and ask God to take all them something where you inherit, because you don't even know, and it's haunting you, it's affecting you in everything, in how you eat, in how you relate.
Yes,
in everything you do, and you're dragging it along, and it was not your cross to bear, but you come right into it.
You come right into it, and so that's how. And so that's how our communities are built,
Yeah.
Where you have people who have just been moving around in the community.
Yeah.
Yes.
And women. And then
yes.
out of that, it creates resentment, it creates chaos.
Yeah.
And then people just start to, everybody now, the gossip mill is developed because they know so the little one they down there so favor Mass Tom over Miss Matt.
And Mass Tom drawing daughter skirt one day and tell her nobody they with her one day and the one day a family.
Yes.
No,
but do you know, growing up, right? My husband is not from my neck of the woods at all. And I remember, there were times when, my father is also not from there. So there was no chance that I would be related to anybody like that. Right. However, I would see other families would strongly caution, because attraction is natural. But they would be so adamant against a young man, giving the eyes to a particular young woman. I would have said, they are of age, 18, 19, maybe very early, 20, 21, whatever. Sometimes you kind of still at home, under your parents' roof, but they would be adamant about it. And you would know, and they would have said, hey, boy, I can breathe you half, Like, tie your sleeping, breathe him, I can breathe you half, And then they give you that as a scare tactic.
Yes.
And all the time, because you're not related, and they don't want to tell you so not related.
Yes.
So I said, I want to you a family, but the poor child don't know how. If a cousin or what, and next thing you know is a brother.
We even worse.
Okay.
So then, ask your question.
Good morning, ladies.
How
Good morning.
And best wishes for 2026. You are looking fabulous.
Well, thank you. And so do you there.
Thank you.
May you have on the same color, you see.
Yeah. Well, we are from Obey.
All right now.
I have lost the hair while you have gained some.
I know. Oh my gosh. Me take more than my fair share.
Well, let me just say, guys, I love you ladies, and thank you very much for carrying the show for all these years. And Thank you for hoping to carry it for the many more years. But I want to come in and say, Max, you spoke about not knowing your father. And a lot of times I hear Max speak, and I'm like, we have so much in common. I mean, down to the hair. I mean,
Yes, you know.
No, so I tell him just come in and just a blend in. So, my God. We're trying to color him and wear Max here. I'm just blending. So,
yeah, but Max, on a serious note, I too have gone to the doctor and don't know what to say about my father. And I have just had to, along the way, discover what my genetic situations are, but no father there to tell me. And really, to say, hey, be careful of having too much sugar because your father had that or your grandfather had that.
Right.
So it's along the way that we're learning and stuff. And if we knew now what we knew then, or we would have. Jackie spoke about the water. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that we would have not done because we would have known that it's in our DNA. There is a propensity to say diabetes,
right?
Something about it. And so now I am on this mission. And sadly, it's after you have developed the diseases or the situation that you're saying, oh wow, it's a family thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Which could have been managed or prevented. So now in dealing with this topic, I feel, like I said, Sharon's, I put a note in there, do you do house calls? Because there are so many things that we need to, educate the younger generation on. I have my nephew who I told him my nephew, he looked pretty much like me. We walk, talk the same way, and I'm like, you're like your grandfather. I took it out even away from looking like me to tell him that you look like your grandfather, which is my father. Because there's so many things that DNA does not excuse you of.
Oh yeah.
Right.
So it is important that, and Max, I feel it too. Sometimes I'm like, man, I don't know my father. I don't know what he was like. I don't know what is anything. I will ask, and I would have asked a lot of times, what was my dad like? And I would be told, go look in the mirror. That was pretty much all I got.
Yeah, which wasn't that helpful. Yes, it was helpful for you to have an idea of his image, but not his personality.
Because he doesn't have they don't have photographs.
I don't have a picture of my father.
Oh,
nothing.
Nothing. So yes, I can relate, and my mission is to, as much as I can, if people will listen, because there is a phase in our lives where we don't want to hear what anybody else has to say. And if we get to a certain stage that we say, man, I wish I had listened to my mother. Not today.
Something. But the others know what he looks like, right?
Yeah, but in terms of the knowledge that would help you to say prevent certain things, or because our dad when we were pretty young, so we pretty much have limited say medical information. And to this day, people ask me, what did your dad die from? And I am kind of struggling to say what he died from, really. So yeah. It is important that now that we know what we know,
that should be on the death certificate.
Yeah, but sure, as you know,
people. Then when I said
yeah, but I mean, like the Bureau of Vital Records or whatever they call it, it should be on the. It's funny because but in the summer when I was in Jamaica, I had to do some business, and it struck me and say, you know what, I should ask for my grandparents' death certificate because I don't know who ended up with it. Somebody, and I don't lose things. I will move with this something for much time. I will not lose important stuff, and I do not know. I went to my mother's things; it's not in there. I only have one uncle left, so who knows where it is? But it's there.
Yeah,
Well,
we were. I remember being told that it was something to do with being poisoned or some poison that something. But I mean, I don't want to tell you, what his thing would have been. I mean, that's a short version.
At least you got some information. I have never heard a single word from nobody about anything.
And so to this day, I make sure that I don't eat from people because I don't want to get poisoned.
Well, there you go.
Thank the Lord that you trust me.
So yes, very, very important that we, even though people may be reluctant to hear, or correct them, and I go back to Sharon's and the family thing. There's a lot of stuff that we did that if we had known, and I think Richie alluded to that, how do you fix some of the things that you did that you didn't know then? Or maybe I said that. How do we go about fixing these things that we didn't know then, and now we know better? It's our task to, especially in our family circles, to be bold enough to say, "Hey, you were wrong," and "Hey, stop drinking too much sugar," because stuff like that. So
and something in my family, people have always been very outspoken to the point where you can feel hurt by it, but let it not be said that you didn't know that there was something that somebody was pleased about or so on, and we have maintained that. I've mentioned Auntie Timberwolf, which is Auntie Madge, but she has taken up this mantle because my grandmother is no longer around, who would be the, hey, haul you up kind of grandmother and love you in the neck.
Yes. Right.
So if she's aware of something, that is going to be drawn out. And everybody just have to fall in line, meet and call, what have you, and things are addressed. Because if if we don't do that, so those are some of the things that, as Sharon explained, of all the other issues, whether it's health or your personal situation or so on, but at the core of who you are, in your biological connections with family, that is really where our hearts should be, to correct anything that needs to be corrected.
Because we know better now.
Because we know better. Because prolonging these things only creates more.
Yes. It prolongs the agony.
Of course.
Yeah.
Here in the information era, thing is available. Everything is available because I switched to my phone because something's going on with the internet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let me ask Sharon. I'm contacting.
Jack, you're breaking.
Go ahead.
So Sharon, I mean, since you are on that topic, now that we know the consequences of what we didn't know then, or what they may have not known, how do we address this? Are we afraid to address it? I mean, are we?
We shouldn't be, because there is a saying that it's never too late to do what is right. So if something has already occurred that has put a damper on persons' lives, to say the least, something has happened, and the whole family has been affected over the years. Now that you don't just sweep it under the rug and say, well, he has saw 40 years. Well, hey, nobody not dead or whosoever dead already. And it's never too late to do what is right. That is why it's important to have family gatherings. And as someone, my mother was our everything. She's gone now 3 years. And she was like the glue that held everybody together. And we still try to have some meetups. Where we sort of take the temperature of everybody. In most families, you have a matriarch, like Lady D had her grandmother. She's the matriarch. She was the matriarch. So whenever you come together, you may all right, so us here in the diaspora, you have family members who have spread across different states. What we used to do was come together around Thanksgiving. And we don't just come together and eat. We start from breakfast. We make sure the day was full. where somebody just drop in for a plate and drop in with a guest and them gone. We would sit down and we would eyeball each other. We would play games. We would talk. And God forbid anybody should have said, I want to not talk to me. Or my mother would have look around and see if that cousin there, past that cousin there, she know see one hug go on and one little pleasantry. She said, wait, what go on here, sir? You know what I mean? And you had to have a come to Jesus moment where everybody have to lay down them cards. So whosoever was hurting, man, whosoever was hurting or felt that they had hurted or whatever, it would get squashed right there. You had to do a whole investigation. You'd have jury because the extended family would be there. And however painful it was dealt with so that when the next year we come again, we don't have that.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And for me, I have, thank God, I have no regrets both on mother and father's side, although none of them raised me. You know what I mean? When my father got sick, we had a relationship, but it was more like a friend, like a paring pea. My father was like a paring pea to me. It was no yes, dad, no dad. It was like a paring pea. My mother was more like a friend because I talked to her about anything deeply and everything. I never had that child mother parental feel. Not that she didn't try, but I just, the ship had sailed for me with, with fostering that kind of a relationship. However, she was always present. You know what I mean? So I made sure I asked my father questions. I asked him everything and I sent for him. He was sick, but he was not that bad at the time. And I had one of my brothers, because I have a ton of siblings on his side. And I had one of my brothers bring him to me in Mobile. And this man had never been to anything for me at school. My grade 6 teacher was the one who was the father figure, because my grandfather was too old and weak and couldn't do anything. My husband and my grade 6 teacher were my male figures. Figure anything at school, attend with me and stuff. And what I did, I had him come to me in Mobile, and I took him around every place. I took him to my school. I showed him. I said, this is the park I go. This is this is that. I spent an entire day, took him to lunch. Any question I wanted to ask him out of earshot of the others. And I spoke to him about life in general, because he was a man who loved to love the ladies. And I spoke to him about that. I'm going to make sure say repent and all them things there. And I spoke to my mother also in the same way. I was happy for the last several years with my mother. Even doing the show, I would be doing the show in my mother's bed with her next to me, because every Saturday I was on duty with her. And I talked to her about everything life related, because I did not want to have any regrets. And because then with my sisters, I'm the one that was not raised with our mother. I was the one they called the country bumpkin, because I was raised in the country and I was tomboyish and I had my wild ways. And nobody thought that I could be a refined lady. You know what I mean? So therefore, a little stigma was
You've come a long way, baby.
For a while. What's that?
You've come a long way, lady.
Let me tell you. And so I'm just saying that, I have my 3 sisters that I love and cherish, and I make sure we have long talks, because there were times when I have let them have it, on certain terms, because I felt like I was an outsider, because I said y'all would choose each other and exclude me because in certain things. So they would say, no, it's not so, it's such and such and such. And we got to put all that in the open. So although some of it is painful and you don't really want to regurgitate, or want to dig the wound any deeper, sometimes Jackie is a nurse, she will tell you have to clean out the wound and dress it.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
If you want it to be better.
Yes.
Yeah. So not to go too far afield, Eva, with what you said, it's never too late to do what is right. So no matter how many years have gone by, if you are holding something or somebody's holding something, or where some bones are buried, and it would help somebody in their life to live a better life, maybe a guilt-free life. Say the thing, man. Help them out.
Yeah,
that's it.
And again, because
Thanks,
we're gonna wrap up soon, but you realize that some people have lived their lives believing that they're always right.
Right? Yeah. And that in itself is a problem.
That in itself is a problem.
What you tell them,
even if there is a confrontational situation, and we know that having confrontation doesn't mean that it have to turn out to be a brawl. It's not a bad thing. Sometimes, because they're so steep in their thinking, they'll feel that you are coming at them. And so having that discourse is sometimes very difficult to navigate unless you have somebody who just not care. And say,
but you know, you need to have if you have that sort of a challenge, you need to have somebody present so that cooler heads can prevail. If everybody has fire, you need somebody who is the water. You can't. No.
All right, Sharon, you said something about the Thanksgiving thing, which most people do, just go eat the food and that's it. So you're suggesting that, I mean, separating the dish apart from just having the food, it should be a whole different thing where, like, what's going on? I mean, what's going on in your life?
Man.
Investigate, see what's going on.
We would divide the day in like 4 parts. We come together early, we have breakfast, you know, and then we would just have it like an impromptu meeting.
Yeah.
You know, you come with this one. What is his intention towards you, or what is your intention towards her? You see who is having a difficult time, what can we do, such and so. It's all impromptu. We don't really go around and say, so Max, warm to you, Jackie, warm to you. But invariably, depending on the subject matter, this one drop in something, and we would all be in the house. We would all be scattered. The kitchen, it's an open concept home. So, you know, I can see you over there, you over here, you over here, who at the dining table, who in the living room, who gone on the back porch if it's not too cold, who in the kitchen. Sometimes the kids are upstairs out of earshot because, you know, one of the little ones, them gone downstairs to the basement because, you know, not everything you can get all the kids them involved or listening on and things.
Right.
You know, but you talk about those things, and then, you know, we have little soup, little something, and then we have fixed things, and we have prepared the dinner, and so on. That's what we do. We don't have nobody just a drop in, and you are a guest, and them gone out, and, you know, see them again till the next year, and next thing you know, you don't know what's going on with them. Right. And we're not needed to be curious. We want to make sure everybody is living a wholesome kind of life, and nobody not at a disadvantage and all that.
Very easy to foster. That's not very easy to put together. That would have to have started, you know, been something that the family decided to do from early, right?
Yeah, it was intentional. My uncle who came here and subsequently sent for, he initiated. It was, as a matter of fact, he would do Saturday morning breakfast. Every Saturday morning, he would make breakfast. And he would say, stop by and come get breakfast. He would get up and cook up some saltfish, fry up some dumpling. Sometimes get bad make all dukunu, him do all kind of stuff. And then he would make soup, and he would say, stop by and get breakfast. And when you stop by, you sit down and talk, you know, just grab a to go and gone, you know.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
All of us, we will just stop by, and when you stop by, me buck up in a Jackie, me buck up in a cousin there, me buck up my sister because she did stop by, and he kept
here.
Yeah, and he kept tabs on everybody like that until the day he passed. Yeah.
Right. That's good. We have that, you know, back home. But being here is like everybody is scattered. And everybody is trying to build their own lives, foster their own families. And it's so hard now for all of us to get together like we really used to. And that's what I miss about our family.
Yeah, it has to be intentional. It's not something that is going to fall into place and be all cohesive. You know what I mean? Yeah, so and I think if you can do it twice a year. Yeah, between doing a family reunion and doing a Thanksgiving dinner together. That takes care of it. But you have to be intentional. You have to sit the kids down. Even to right now on my family chat, my big sister just turned she just became a grandma. And so, we were saying, oh, Granny Karan, and thing. And then, my other sister, she's in Atlanta. She put on and said, kudos to me, her, and the other sister, we're grandmothers and thing. And then my daughter dropped in and said, oh, it went back to my mother, her grandmother. She's the first grandchild. And she said, if it hadn't been for her, because I always tell them, I say, if it hadn't been for our mother, my mother, I said, none of y'all would have been born here. I said, all of y'all are born here and you don't have particular, what you may call it, beliefs and taste and what you eat, what you don't eat. They say, all would have been born in Jamaica, possibly to different parents for my sisters who got married to people they met here. And so I said, thank you, granny. I say, every time I have an American passport, and I say, yes, me born at Bronx, me born at wherever. I said, thanks to your grandmother, who is my mother, who brought us here, and we turn around and have Uno here.
Right.
So, I don't play. I have my mother up there. I make sure. I remind them. I said, thanks. Some of them call her Nana. I said, thanks to Nana. Nana Merles is who started this thread. And y'all keep it going. And we make sure. The term that says family that prays together, stays together, is not just a rhyme, You have to try and do it. If you care at all. If you don't care, it's different.
And it's not just like getting together and pray like a prayer meeting. No, it's like that commune. You get together, come have a cup of soup, and then this one come, may I make breakfast? Come eat some breakfast.
But people are newfangled nowadays, you have some newfangled people. Some of them turn granny. They don't want to be called granny. It's a stigma. Them young still, them are do road. Them out there, so them can't hold the baby. Them don't have no time. Them only kiss pan cheek and gone. That's is that how you want to be it? But it comes a time when you're gonna be old. You want somebody to figure you a cup of cold water and hold your stick and say no, granny, no. I remember when my grandfather was really down, going and couldn't sit too well. And he was sitting at the dinner table one day, and to my God, in Jamaica, I don't know about Uno, but we used to keep a little island on the table. We're having jam, ketchup, hot sauce, that type of thing. And him love him little hot sauce. But he couldn't see. And we come home, we come in the kitchen, in the living room, the dining area. And my poor grandfather had jam all over his meat.
Oh, Lord.
And I call him Daddy. I said, Daddy, you put on jam. And he said, he's showing me it a taste funny. Me, I think kind of sweetie. He said, put your daddy on the pepper because he couldn't see. But because he raised me and he loved me and was tender to me and spent time with me, it was now my turn to do it the same. And I was able to say, Daddy, let me take away that and give you a new set because now the thing is spoiled. So the one them growing up and the one that want to be grandparents and I talk about them at the road and pick me a cramp them style. No, sir. You're going to need them kids one day.
That is right.
Okay.
And I'm done.
That sounds like a different show.
It is, it's big. But I really appreciate this because I carry a burden, right? And there's always one in the family that carries a burden of what's wrong and what's right. And sometimes you're reluctant because you don't want to push back and you're like, everybody's grown an adult now. So, but deep within, you're like, this is not right. And how do I fix this? And how long do we carry this on for 30, 40 years kind of thing. And then the big thing for me, the day is going to come when death is going to come. And I'm like, Jesus, you're going to bury you with the situation unresolved,
Well, that's terrible.
Yeah, so I'm glad for the information, the suggestion, and I definitely will pick up on a lot of those. Thank you very much.
All right. You're welcome. We have to wrap up because I have to go.
If I knew then what I know now, those of you who are on with us and you're listening and you can go back in the, in the deep recesses of your mind and start to make notes. And as Richard says, what he needs to correct, how can he correct that now? It requires a simple either phone call, because some things you can't by phone, but you can certainly make the plug and say, hey, when can we catch up?
Yeah.
Extend an olive branch.
Yes, and because I think for each show there must be a takeaway.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If you are saying to yourself, if I knew then, and whatever your then was, what you know now, then that tells us that you are saying, okay, this show has really caused me to rethink some of the things that I need to correct. Because most times, most of we know once, so we at fault as somebody else to cause it.
Yeah, yeah.
But everybody always have some piece that they have dropped into the pie.
Yeah.
So you have to admit where you fell down, and everybody come together and
heal. A lot of people
That's it.
to take place. So if it's in your health that you were a drinker, smoker, and you realize, boy, me cut back in recent times, because when we see the ad them on TV, we're not saying, this will go catch me. It's something we spoke about money at the onset. So if a 5 cents you're going to save or $5 every 2 weeks, what have you. But let's say that the start of the year with this show has propelled us into doing something positive, making changes in our lives, doing what we need to do. Or we're having snow.
Jackie, it's snow in America.
Yeah. I'm looking at it right. I've been looking out the window. I've been looking at it.
Oh wow.
Where are the palm trees and the Caribbean blue that I was just seeing?
Hey.
We're supposed to get flurries here too. Alexa told me that we're getting flurries here too.
Maxine, you're improving on me, man.
I'm saying that we here, we're supposed to be getting flurries here in Atlanta, but I really enjoy it. I mean, I look forward to it. Because sometimes flurries turn to snow. I mean, they're nice.
You thought you left it behind.
So you all saw Max made reference to it, because when we had the last snowstorm, I have a car cover.
All right. Let's go watch the video, guys.
The snow
I did.
Take out the car cover so that and come up with one story one the morning.
It's not going to snow too much.
Oh, the weather. I mean, not say a word. Hey, then he said nothing. I said nothing. I don't say a word. All I know, I say snow. I'm like, I'm like, okay, so you go clean off.
And the rest is on the video, guys.
I saw it.
Thank you, ladies. We thank you for your input. Your
gentlemen.
Hold on, no, make me address me. Me not leave you out. Yes, but I want to thank you because, of course, they came into this show and we're wrapping up, but they came on simply because I had asked. Because I was doing this thing by myself, and Lord, it wasn't cutting it much. And I had to, and they've come and helped to build it. And we enjoy being here every Saturday morning with each other. And we're hoping that this year we can link up together.
Listen, the years have been going by and we have not done it. Let us be intentional about a meetup, please.
True. And let me say something about that. 40 years went by and I did not see a classmate of mine. And this, I mean, when I went to Jamaica for the reunion, I saw her for the first time in 40 years. And do you know that she wasn't involved in the planning or anything like that, because some people heard at the last minute and she decided to show up. And she came to the reunion. It was wonderful. She came to the
Jack's Freeze. Yes. But we are thankful that we are friends. We're friends.
Yeah.
And we all know each other from some time. And life has been a blessing to us in different ways.
Yeah.
So,
amen.
And the blessing is that here is a platform that people can come on, hear our conversations, dropping their comments and share their stories too. So most people now who have become family as our audience, you know, we know them, we kind of figure out who is who already, you know, based on the comments that they write and so on. So, you know, it's a good thing.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you guys for just being here with us.
What happened, our friend?
Jackie, finish up about the friend. I don't think she's hearing. So we want to thank co-producer.
Hey.
The one and only.
Hey.
Yeah.
There you go.
No two, no number two, just one.
Just number one.
And the one King is there saying about, and me, the adopted one. That is right.
Oh.
Yep.
All right, adopted one. Welcome.
Yes. So I want to say thanks to co-producer, you know, for being a part.
Medea.
Yes. But thank you, ladies. And we're looking forward to being here. And Sharon, I note the topic idea. I dropped it in our chat that we can perhaps use for next week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We don't want to touch and let go. We want to build on whatever we have said, you know. Yeah, we want to have a cohesive network going on around these parts.
Village secrets.
Yes.
Yep, absolutely. So thanks everyone for tuning in, and we love you, and we see you soon. And the usual, who wants to go first?
May I go round, go eat me mini porridge.
Oh wow!
All right. May I go in the kitchen? Because believe it or not, I got up this morning and went out and got groceries because I just came back yesterday, and I know by the time we finish, it's going to be snowing, which is snowing very heavily right now, actually. So I have groceries to unpack, and husband want lunch/dinner. So me I go in. In other words, me I go into the kitchen.
And co-producer,
me I go around in the kitchen.
All right.
Okay, I'll see you guys later.
Oh, please.
Okay.
Oh, my.
You know what? Thank you.
Me go drink my porridge.
You're there your yard already.
So me I come go round, go on up, galang up, go in, go down, so go round. So and see you all next week, everybody. Love.
All right.
Bye.
Welcome to Voices with Lady D, where every voice has power. I'm your host, Lady D Denise Gomez Green, inviting you to join me each week for real conversations, powerful stories, and uplifting perspectives that shine a light on voices from the community and the diaspora. Kick off your week with the Monday Drive from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Dive deep on Thursdays with Center Stage from 6 to 8 p.m. and ease into your weekend with Saturday Morning Runnings every Saturday at 10 a.m. Catch Voices with Lady D on YouTube, Caribbean Vibes Radio Network online and YouTube, and Fit FM 96.7 in Stewart Castle, Trelawney, Jamaica, or tune in on Linkage Radio online. So lock in, turn it up, and remember, every voice has power. This is Voices with Lady D. Celebrate the heartbeat of Caribbean culture with Saturday Morning Runnings. Join us on Saturday at 10 a.m. on YouTube as we showcase the vibrant heritage of Jamaica and the wider Caribbean with 4 incredible women, Sherns, Max, Jackie, and yours truly, Lady D. From powerful stories to cultural traditions, we're bringing the flavor, rhythm, and excellence of the Caribbean straight to you. It's more than a show. It's a celebration of roots and traditions that inspire and unite us. Subscribe to Voices with Lady D on YouTube and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn to stay connected. Every Saturday at 10 a.m., it's Saturday Morning Runnings. Come feel the vibes. Saturday Morning Runnings, where Caribbean heritage comes alive.